What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show. We've got episode 107, UFC Louisville, taking place tomorrow night. Main event, Jared Cannonier versus Nasruddin Imavov. Before we break down the fights, going to shout out our sponsor, SXBet. If you guys have been watching the podcast, they've been sponsoring us for a little while now. Really great betting site, crypto exchange. As you know, like I said, I'm excited about this because we've got UFC every weekend most of the summer. Magic and I have our analysis. We've got SXBet on board. They have some of the best, most competitive odds on the market right now. If you're like me and Magic, constantly checking Spank Odds, Dom Best, Fight Odds IO, Best Fight Odds, they've got the best odds available on a lot of these fights right now. And for anyone who's serious about betting, these extra margins make a lot of difference in the long run. SXBet is a betting exchange, so it's peer-to-peer. There's no trading fees, and there's $1,000 welcome bonus right now. So it's a great time to join SXBet. Magic, first fight of the night. We've got best fight odds order: Tomar versus Ryan Amanda. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that this should be the main event. Honestly,
have you seen it first to set the tone for the night?
Have you seen the Indian girl or wherever she's from? This is pay-per-view shit. Andrew's already done with the podcast.
I think it is Indian.
I mean, she's horrible, but at the same time, she's fine. You know what I mean?
No.
If there was like the Cannes World Championship, she would be the best Cannes. Like, she can finish fights, she can punch a little. She just is bad at MMA. But while being bad, she's not. I know what I'm trying to say. What I mean is she's going to get inevitably armbarred, but she can fight. She's horrible. I mean, I really like the under. She's going to push the fight. She's a horrible grappler. I'm not going to put Ryan Amanda minus 400, but like I think the under is kind of crazy. I don't know how this is going to look, but it ends up in an armbar. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Amanda's going to win. I'm like you, not dying to play minus 300, minus 400 on her. But, she has fought better people. She's been competitive with better people. Tomar has fought a bunch of cans. That's pretty much all I've got to say about it. I'm picking Amanda. No bet for me. Cody Staman versus Lapilus. A lot of Lapilus love this week. Do you agree with that line movement, or do you think Staman is a live dog to mix in takedowns, kind of, get his way on the inside and win the fight?
I mean, this fight is kind of fast. It's one of these fights that you don't want to watch it. You watch the betting line. You don't want to bet it, and you still have to watch it because it's like in the middle of all the rest of the fights. I think Lapilus probably wins, but I'm never paying that price. Like, probably Staman is in his face, kind of what Kaulan Lugran did, but she has less power and he loses the fight in a couple hard punches. I don't know. I don't really trust his chin at this point either. I don't think Lapilus is going to get him in one of these opportunistic submissions or something like that, but yeah, he probably wins. But I feel like Staman or pass, and I'm not betting Staman. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy to pass.
Yeah, I'm with you, like, word for word. I think Lapilus wins. Not looking to lay this price on him because if anyone's going to get takedowns, it's Staman, but he probably, is a little past it. Lapilus is the better striker. His takedown defense and grappling defense for a striker isn't bad. When he gets to that high level, I think it'll be an issue, but for the most part, I like his takedown defense.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's good for a striker, like I said, but, he doesn't really separate either. Like, you rarely see him go out and just completely
he spends the fight with the back on the fence and he wins a stupid split and he's going to do it 7 or 8 times. I hate the guy. I never want to watch him again already. Never liked him when he wasn't in the UFC. Why would they sign this guy? People were like, oh, how is not Taylor Lapilus in the UFC? Because he's fucking boring. Who wants to watch this?
Before we get into the next fight, I just wanted to wish you a happy Pride Month, by the way. We're all really proud of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Eduardo Mora versus Denise Gomez. What are your thoughts on this fight?
You are going to get us banned eventually, not me, you.
What? I said I'm, congratulating you as your
Okay.
friend.
Nobody believes an Italian is going to congratulate Pride Month ever. An Italian from New Jersey, okay? But whatever makes you happy.
What do you think about Denise Gomez taking on Eduardo Mora? A lot of two-way opinion on this matchup. Obviously, Mora's big. She's going to look for takedowns. Do you think she gets them here? Do you think she's the cardio to go 3 rounds? What are your thoughts here?
I think she's going to maul her. She's huge. I mean, don't you think this is going to be one of these lines that, like, if Denise Gomez survives and then just bonks her or something, people are going to be like, oh, she was never that good. She was a size bully. But I kind of think she's going to dominate and that we may be looking at a contender here if she can make weight. You know what I mean? Like, this may be Ronda Rousey 2.0, straight up. She's really good and she finishes fights and I don't know, like she's fucking legit on the ground and she's huge, takes people down and just fucking mauls them. I like the under a lot.
Yeah,
Like
I like the under too.
Denise Gomez, her fight against the Thailand Trani, the minion, bro, that was insane grappling going on. I was losing my mind. I was legit losing my mind. That's some of the worst grappling I've ever seen in the UFC, and that's saying a lot. We have heavyweights. She's probably going to get mauled like really badly.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the under's a good look. I expect Mora to get takedowns early, but Gomez has, fought better people. Her cardio is more proven. Mora's big, and I think her takedowns are pretty good too. Like she took a shot in open space in her last fight that looked like it actually had good technique. Because at first I wasn't really sure if she's just one of those people that's going to try to muscle all her opponents to the ground, but it looked like it had actual technique. I think she probably has a good future in the division, but it's a good fight. I'll pick Mora to win, but I'm definitely not.
It's kind of crazy when someone in women's MMA can shoot a takedown. I know. As a wrestler, you appreciate it. It's kind of crazy. Holy shit, that's double leg by Whaley Sang.
Yeah, not like a head and arm throw.
That's why she's the champion. What a double leg.
It's either a body lock or a head and arm throw. Daniel Marquez versus John Castaneda. I'm picking Castaneda here. I think he's a little more proven. He could mix the martial arts a little bit better than Marcos. Marcos is a pretty good striker, but I think Castaneda has all the grappling upside. He's a dog. He comes forward. I don't think Marcos has a high ceiling, for lack of a better term. I feel like most of his win conditions are pretty close decision. I thought he lost to Davey Grant. I thought that
he lost. Everybody thought he lost.
Yeah, I thought Simon Oliveira fought him pretty stupid. Just giving Castaneda's grappling upside his level of competition.
He was a dog against Simon Oliveira. I think a pretty big dog. Like I bet that the stupid fuck by submission, that guillotine merchant, and 2 minutes into the fight, I'm like, holy shit, I'm fucking retarded. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of questions about his grappling. Obviously, he hasn't fought a grappler. Simon Oliveira is not a grappler. He's a guillotine merchant. I mean, he cannot take anybody down outside of a body lock. I think either Castaneda grapples him out of his mind and takes over late in a big way on the ground, or they get into an awkward, let's see who can out-retard the other on the feet. You know what I mean? Castaneda has a great pace, great volume, but Marcos just feels like he has one of these Peruvian chins. You know what I mean? Like, his head is like a brick, punches reasonably hard and can take a lot and has volume and goes forward. He seems to hit hard too. I don't know. I feel like Castaneda 2-3 submission. System play. Castaneda is a system play guy. 2-3 submission. You can. It's impossible to be wrong if you play on Castaneda 2-3 submission all his UFC career. I don't care about the opponent. Okay, it's probably already covered with Miles Jones. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Marcos can negate everything he wants to do and kind of get him into a ugly fight, be more durable or something like that. I favor Castaneda.
What do you think about the next fight, which I have right here? The next fight is Andrea Lee versus Montana De La Rosa.
I was looking at this before. Andrea Lee is like 2-7 in her last 9 in the UFC, which is kind of crazy. She's a decent fighter. I mean,
Yeah.
she lost a couple kind of robberies, I think. I mean, the Lauren Murphy one was really bad.
Yeah, and there's another one too. She lost a split to Wood. She lost a split to Barber, and then like Natalia Silva.
And Barber destroyed her. That's fallacies people are saying. Yeah, that
even
was
though her
her
losses aren't bad. Like she lost to Natalia Silva. She lost to like
She fought like the best girls in the division outside of the champion.
Yeah.
She's fought everybody. I think she might be kind of spent a little bit. The Miranda Maverick fight wasn't a great look. She got hurt really bad against Natalia Silva. She got hurt really bad against Araujo. I don't know. I feel like Montana may have a little bit more juice. Dog or pass. Montana finish props are insane lines. But yeah, it could also be a shitty fight. Seems like a loser leaves town fight. So they are probably going to fight hard. I guess, I don't know. They are women. I don't know what's in their head, but I will fight hard. Loser leaves town.
I think Lee's gonna win again. She's a much better striker. Like the last time
She's not a much better striker.
She's a better striker. I don't know about much better. She's a better striker. Like,
who's the better boxer?
Lee.
No way. You don't know boxing, okay? But
okay.
Okay, we are going to pretend that thing happens. She may be the better. She may be the better kickboxer. She is the better kickboxer. But boxing, no. She's one of these girls that just does drills and then kicks. She's like, ha, ha, ha. You know what I mean? Like she does the same thing 20 times in a row. De La Rosa tries to box. What was your question, sir?
It wasn't a question. I'm analysis on the fight. Yeah, I think Lee's a better striker. The last time they fought, was 5 years ago or whatever. I don't think a ton has changed since then. My point was in that fight, De La Rosa attempted like 12 takedowns, and in her last few fights, she's only attempted like 1 or 2 takedowns a fight. And I think the smarter path for her. What?
She got more savvy. She has more experience now. Knows when to shoot.
Okay. Yeah, I think Lee's gonna win again. Long story short, I think she's just a better fighter. She's fought better people.
Let's bet 20K on the side. 20K on the side. You got Lee?
Sure, why not? Yeah, I think Lee wins like a clear decision. Next up, we've got Brad Katona versus Jesse Butler. I know we're both considering betting Jesse Butler here. Katona's the better fighter, no question about it. Butler's big. The line's like minus 700. Like it's just a little crazy. Like I think Katona's gonna win, but I also do think the line's inflated.
I mean, Jesse Butler fucking sucks. With all due respect, like he just got assassinated by the corpse of Jim Miller, like out cold. That was one of the knockouts of the year. And the guy is not really good. He doesn't beat good people. I don't know. I feel like Katona has a good chance of a finish with his pace and not fucking off. I like Katona here. I mean, I'm not going to bet minus 700, but I think he should win and probably finish the fight. It would be a good look for him to finish this fight because he doesn't finish any fucking fight. He used to. In the amateurs, he finished every fight. Now he doesn't finish his fight. I mean, this guy tapped Bryce Mitchell. People may not remember this, but he tapped Bryce Mitchell in the Ultimate Fighters final, if I remember correctly, round 3. I may be wrong.
I think that did happen.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell was never that good. Only people like Andrew Gomba thought he was good because of his political message. Not a good fighter.
Some respect.
America's champion 2.0.
Anything else?
No. I don't want to watch this fight either.
No, agreed. Carlos Prates versus Charles Radtke. I still can't believe the way the Giles fight unfolded last time. Prates, I'm going to say he's a pretty good striker. I don't even know if that's true necessarily in MMA, but he's a good Muay Thai base. Radtke's probably a little bit more well-rounded, but he's also at a pretty sizable disadvantage in the striking. I feel like he probably needs to grapple here. I don't think he's a great wrestler. Prates is long. He's probably tough to – sorry, I had to put this out. This is hysterical. Yeah, I'm picking Prates. He's really hard to trust at 2-1 though, especially given the way the last fight went. And if anyone grapples, it's probably Radtke. But what are you thinking here?
I have nothing. Like, I get why people are saying Radtke. Yeah, seems wide, but his grappling is really not that good. Like, is he really going to be able to implement the grappling? I don't think so. Like, in my opinion, like, you make yourself the question: could this man grapple Blues Diamond? The answer is no. He couldn't. So it may get hazy, but I don't really think you want to play Radtke. I'm not playing Prates minus 230. Prates by I mean, if you play Prates by knockout is plus 115. I will do that, but it may look fairy. I think it probably hits, but I'm not playing that. It's a pass. Maybe a live bet. I don't know. If Radtke comes out hot, maybe a live bet on Prates could be there. Or if he gets taken down early. I don't know. We will see. Not overly interested.
We will see. We will see. Thiago Moises taking on Ludovic Klein. I think Moises should be the favorite here. All the grappling upside. He's fought better people. Klein, he's 2 fights removed from being like a pretty good size underdog to Ignacio Bahamondes. His last fight, he knocked someone out who's not UFC caliber.
That was criminal. That was the cousin of Bryce Mitchell. Like, really, he's the cousin of Bryce Mitchell.
I know.
That's crazy. And they are like, yeah, you want to fight in the UFC, kid? We got a fight for you.
Yeah, Klein's a pretty good striker, but it's not like Moises is bad there, and Moises is all the grappling upside. He's been shooting more in his recent fights. I think Moises is gonna get the grappling going here. I think he's gonna win.
I agree. I think he should be the favorite. If he gets this to the ground, he's levels apart. And Moises really only, like, when people are on him, like fucking on him, he kind of wilds. You know what I mean? He's like, ooh, too much pressure. But single shots, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Sandeni turned him gay. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was. I mean, think about it though. He's lost to like Sandeni, who's really good. He lost to Dariush when he was really young. He lost to Makhachev. Like, he really only loses to like that top tier.
Joel Alvarez.
Dude, I had Alvarez
by demolition.
That was
I
like
told you he was going to piss him up. I mean, everybody thought that I had lost my mind. I was like, this is a striker. He's going to piss him up. Moises was minus 250, I remember.
Yeah. So we're in agreement here on Moises.
Yeah, he should be the favorite.
Yeah. Punahele Soriano taking on Miguel Baeza. I have lost a lot.
This is a big one. This is a big one for me. Are we making a comeback here? Are we making a comeback, Miguel Baeza?
No, I'm officially retired from betting on him. Seemed like he had the talent early on. He just could never really put together a full 15 minutes. Good leg kicks. Pretty good. I thought he was a pretty good striker to begin with, but, it just never really worked out for him. He had that war with Ponzinibbio. He got knocked out by Chaos Williams. He got knocked out by Fialho. It's just everything kind of spiraled. It was more of like a what could have been with him. I was high on him. I know you were at one point too. But yeah, I'm picking him to win here. It's just, coming off a couple-year layoff, a lot of knockout losses. I'm just not looking to lay this price.
I think if he doesn't die in round 1, he's going to take over the fight in a big way. Like, Soriano is a massive fraud. He doesn't improve. His gas tank is crazy bad. Like, it's one of the worst gas tanks I have ever seen. He doesn't even do that much. Like, how was this guy a wrestler? He was supposedly a decent wrestler, right?
Yeah. I echo your sentiment. I don't understand it at all.
It's crazy. I think Baeza just needs to be careful about the big left hand and right hook, and that's it. But Baeza also has a horrible feel for the game for whatever reason. Like, his defense is comical at times. Immensely talented. He has a gigantic grappling edge if he gets this to the ground. Just get out of round 1 and he should be fine.
Main event time. We've got Jared Cannonier taking on Nasruddin. Oh, no, sorry. I'm way off. My thing skipped over like 5 fights. Julian Marquez versus Zachary. Sorry about that. I think Marquez wins this fight. Reyes is not UFC caliber. His only UFC fight was against Cody Brundage. He found a way to lose that. His whole regional record is first round guard submissions over non-UFC caliber guys. I think Marquez is going to win. We know what we're getting with Marquez. He's not a special fighter. He's never going to be a top 10 guy, but I think he has the tools to get it done here.
I see a lot of things that tempt me in this fight, but I didn't take any of them. But man, I don't know what to expect. Like if this goes past one round, it's probably Marquez fight to lose. But round one is going to be wild. Do you want to pay minus 180 or minus 1.5? No, but it's probably going minus 1.5. I want to play Marquez 2-3, but I think it ends in 1. Marquez guillotine late if this guy gets tired, but Reyes is just a fucking walking meme. I don't know. Marquez has been knocked out brutally like 70 times. Reyes may just hit a flying armbar. I don't know. Absolute pay-per-view shit. I'm passing. If you put a gun to my head, I will play. I mean, like take something. You have to take something for the fight. Gun to my head. Reyes by submission plus 450. Why not? But yeah, no. The numbers are not good.
Gun to your head, who do you think is going to win the fight?
I don't know, which is strange in me. I have no idea. I kind of feel like Reyes may be getting him at the right time. I don't know. I have no idea, really. Like maybe Marquez. I don't know.
I think Marquez is going to win.
It's Marquez is light favorite, right? Like minus 140.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Congrats to the odds makers. I parlayed all the unders in the Cage Warriors main card, and these two idiots came out to have sex or something.
It's tonight, right? The Cage Warriors card?
No, I mean the LFA. Cage Warriors is starting now too. I have a lot of unders too.
That's your bread and butter is the Cage Warriors unders.
Okay, listen, how many times have we won? Like when I text you, Andrew, hear me out. This Cage Warriors under. It's the local school janitor versus a 4-0 fighter. I
watched one of them a couple weeks ago, and it was not pretty. You know the one I'm talking about. It was over in like a minute.
I told you she was fighting. It was crazy. I'm like, she's the national kickboxing champion, and the other girl is like 45. Okay, I'm doing a strategy here called doubling down. Parlay the rest of the unders again.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll talk about Bruno Ferreira versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Very briefly, Ferreira, obviously big knockout power. He showed off his wrestling a little bit in his last fight. Stoltzfus, he's an okay fighter. I just think he's at a pretty big power disadvantage here. Like, gun to my head, I think Ferreira knocks him out, but I'm not enthused by anything here. You?
Yeah, I mean, Ferreira probably should be a bigger favorite. Like, this line is influenced by Soriano having a stroke in the Stoltzfus fight and Stoltzfus winning. Don't you think so? Like, don't you think if Soriano knocks him out, like everybody expected, Ferreira is minus 1,000 here? And everybody's like, yeah, how are they doing this? They are making Dustin Stoltzfus versus Ferreira. Ferreira is going to kill this man. I don't know. I'm not overly interested in anything. I mean, why? I'm not taking it, but I'm going to pose the question to you, okay? And I'm not taking this. But why wouldn't you take? What's the line? Why wouldn't you take under 1.5 minus 125 on Bruno Ferreira? He's never gone over 1.5. Never, not once in his career. And Stoltzfus is like a heavy bag. I don't know. Is this a trap? Is this a trap? Because this man only goes forward too. You know what I mean? Like he went into the fire against Phil Hoss.
He did.
I think he's going to kill Stoltzfus. I have a bet on the fight, but I don't really feel like saying it.
Okay.
It's Ferreira by submission. It's plus 900. What are we doing here?
You know what that reminded me of when Kanye West said he's not.
I cannot tell which doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the Jewish doctor?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a crazy line. I mean, Stoltzfus is durable. He takes a lot of punches. Like Ferreira can roll on the ground. People don't know it, I guess, because he fucking punches with everyone, but he's a legit black belt. Crazy line. That clip is so great. So yeah, I was prescribed by a doctor. I'm not going to say which doctor. It was a Jewish doctor.
That's exactly what that reminds me.
That's an insane clip.
Yeah. Next up, we've talked about this fight once before. Rosas Jr. versus Ricky Terios. The only difference here than my breakdown last time is it's not at elevation, which I thought favored Terios. Here, you know, I still think there's some value on him, and I'm definitely not as enthused on the play. You're a grown man. You're a man with a woman's name, bro. Never comment on this again.
Bro, this guy is someone I insulted or something, and he's made like 5 accounts commenting.
Dude,
this is good. This is good. I was going to block these people, but this is good for the algorithm. I read on YouTube, like the more people comment, even if they are calling you racist or something, it's good. So I'm letting them. Please, more, like the meme, more.
He has a girl's name and is commenting stuff about me. It's just crazy. But yeah, Rosas pulled out of this fight the first time. Obviously, you know, a lot of his success is probably front-loaded here. Not sold on his cardio, given the fact that he lost round 3 and round 2 against C-Rod, but also that win didn't necessarily age poorly. I think that Terios, even though he gets taken down, he does a good job of creating scrambles on the mat. I think Rosas early or Terios late. I think Terios late round props are interesting. It's the same breakdown as last time, except it's not at elevation, which I thought was important.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows Rosas went running. Like, straight up, they let him get away with it. Somebody probably explained to him like slowly how elevation works, and he was like,
"Everyone's asking."
So I'm going to get tired faster in elevation. And he was like, "Yeah, and you already get tired like fucking fast. We have to cancel the fight." Peter Yan, I want to fight Peter Yan. Dana, let me fight Peter Yan. I'm the best bantamweight in the world. That was crazy. Do you remember when he won in Contender Series? A shit-ass fight against Mando Rodriguez? What was his name? I don't know.
You're right.
The guy jumping 15 guillotines. He goes up to Dana White, put the hands on his shoulder, and he's like, "Dana, it's over. It's over for them. Peter Yan, Sterling, it's over for all of them. It's my time now." I mean, yeah. He may finish Turcios early, but Turcios really doesn't get finished, and he's going to push up a pace. I have the same exact bets. I had the same time this was made. I would have much rather have this in elevation because Rosas was going to have a fucking stroke after 5 minutes. Like, that was free. People are going to clown me if now Rosas wins here, but in elevation in Mexico, Turcios was fucking free. I'm sad about that, but yeah, same exact bets. Rosas is a bum. Come on. I don't know why people, like even pro fighters. I saw Gilbert Barnes talking about Raul Rosas. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's insane potential, this and that." Like, why do people pretend this is like a high level ADCC level grappler or something? Like, he's fucking ass. He's a backtake merchant and mismanages the backtakes and has like 7-8 minutes of gas. He was fighting like a bar brawl against the Alaska guy.
Like, you bet the Alaska guy, right?
Of course I did. He was like plus 700 and they were brawling.
No, it was more. It was way more. It was like 33-1 in round 1 or something like that. And
I bet him in round 1. Yeah, like 41.
We need to see it 32 more times to see if there was value or not.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
But yeah, like Rosas is not going anywhere. People think he's going to be a champion. Like, this guy is going to go, I don't know, 5-7 in the UFC the moment he fights good people, and then he can fight in Combate Americas. Maybe when Jair is really spent, they can have a trilogy in Combate Americas at 145 when Rosas outgrows the division. El Pantera versus Rosas Jr.
Dustin Jacobe taking on your boy Dominic Reyes. What are your thoughts on this one?
My boy.
Yeah, I always thought you liked Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, I think I have always bet against Dominic Reyes. No, I did bet Dominic Reyes once against Jiri Prochazka. Yeah, great experience. So. And when he heard Jiri, he decided to jump the only guillotine of his career. That was insane.
And then he knocked him out from bottom and then woke him back up.
Reyes is done. Like, it's criminal that they are letting this guy fight. There have been like maybe since I watch MMA, in boxing there has been more times, but in MMA there have been only like 4 or 5 times that I have thought watching a knockout that guy might actually be dead. And I have thought about that with Reyes twice already. How is this guy still fighting? I thought he was dead against Giri for like 5 seconds, and the span knockout I didn't even know what happened watching live. Like
I was at that fight.
The way he fell was insane. Jacobe is going to knock him out by accident. Probably. Like, I'm not betting the fight, but Jacobe should be fine. Minus 240. Maybe he comes out and jabs Reyes once, and Reyes starts dancing. And people are like, whoa, Jacobe should have been minus 2,400. And Reyes is, I mean, this is a bad style matchup for him. Jacobe is probably more skilled than him in a pure kickboxing match. He just has the big left, and it's a mirror stance matchup. Jacobe is huge. Yeah. The annual Dominic Reyes death is probably here, guys.
I think this is going to be the last one.
I think he still has another one in him after this one.
I don't know.
Yeah, he does. Maybe something like, if I'm the UFC, whatever happens in this fight, I think it's a must-make fight. Dominic Reyes versus Khalil Rountree. Don't you think that would be a great fight?
I feel like that happened at one point. I don't know why.
No, he fought Cannonier. He knocked him out with an uppercut.
Oh, so I was just being racist there.
Yeah, the Weidman fight too. And everybody thought Reyes was like the savior of the division because he hit Weidman very hard once.
I thought I bet Weidman submission there. I probably would again.
I mean, just how bad is John Jones? He lost 3 rounds to this man almost.
Yeah, I think Jacobe's going to win too. I'm not looking to lay 2.5 to 1 on it just because Jacobe doesn't separate necessarily, but he's fighting a guy who's very limited durability. Yeah, I mean, it's just like part of it too, dude. I feel like Reyes was never that great. Do you agree with that? Like, I feel like he was never that good.
Which takes us to my point. Like, John Jones is us. No, he was never that great, but when he was in his prime, he was big, athletic, fast, and had power and an engine, and his chin was already there. Without a chin, and his reflexes are starting to go, and he's not that fast. He's just a left-hand merchant, you know what I mean? And the division moved on. Like, Blachowicz made him look pretty bad, skills-wise. Like, he was outclassing him in a kickboxing fight. That was the end of Dominic Reyes. The rest is just cinema. We are just enjoying the rest, but his career ended in the Blachowicz fight.
Yeah. Last but not least, we've got Jared Cannonier taking Nasruddin Imavov. I'm picking Cannonier here. I know he's 40, but he looked good in his last fight. He's been fighting really good people. I trust his cardio more over 5 rounds. Imavov, I don't think he's going to be able to grapple Cannonier. Cannonier's a pretty good defensive grappler. He's a pretty good striker too. Like, I expect it to be a relatively close fight, but I'm picking Cannonier. What about you?
I understand that Cannonier is 40, but I don't really get the lines. Like, one of these lines is very wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Like, how is Cannonier plus 108 and the under plus money too? Like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, Cannonier has an insane edge in, like, motor, like volume, pace. Imavov is a 3-round fighter, so if he doesn't kill Cannonier early, he's going to get walked really bad. Like,
the thing too, if Cannonier versus Vittori ended inside the distance, I think the under would be like 3.5 here.
I mean, it did. Vittori is just fucking retarded or something. Like, he hit him with shots to knock out 5 men, straight up. Like, I cannot believe what he took, bro. I was drunk watching that fight. I was drunk having breakfast in a bar or something at like 7 a.m. and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm really fucked up, but he's killing him. This guy doesn't go down. Yeah, Imavov may get him early, but I will make Cannonier the favorite. The big question is that he's 40. I mean, he's on all the fucking use. Like, this guy looks better every time. People are like, oh, he's 40. He may look bad. He looks better every time. It's crazy. And also, I mean, I don't.
Man. Wait, hold up. He's back.
This is real? That's real? That should be illegal. That should be illegal. Like, you cannot set someone that white to fight Danny Barlow in a striking match. That should be illegal. Oh my god, that's a great matchup. Yeah, bet Medics. Medics is very explosive early.
He's the best Alaskan fighter besides Terrence Mitchell.
Everybody keeps sleeping on my boy, Danny Barlow. Let's come to God. I'm telling you, this guy's going to make a run at the championship. You keep laughing. You keep laughing. This guy is one of the most underrated fighters in the world. He's a legit striker.
You seem to have a type between him and Cedric Dumas.
Is Danny Barlow a criminal too?
No, I don't know.
That's what you are suggesting? I mean, allegedly.
No, hold on. I'm just saying they're both explosive strikers.
I know that Dumas has like 17 previous cases, but the last one was just dropped for people to know. Okay, so stop disrespecting my man. He's changed. Okay, he was young and inexperienced.
His Twitter is incredible. His Twitter is like one of my favorites. I send you his tweets all the time.
It's like a window to his soul. And the guy doesn't know how to speak or write. It's incredible.
Oh my god. I'm like crying laughing.
Dumas was legit going to beat Ruthie Boev easy, bro. That was painful to watch against Bagley. Like, he was just going
to messed up for sure.
He was just going to lay on top of him. I mean, I really like Danny Barlow. I've been hyping him up since Contender Series. I bet him huge in Contender Series. I was literally like, Andrew, hear me out. There is this guy fighting tonight, Tuesday. This guy, Danny Barlow. Bro, he's a legit fucking good striker. I watched his tape. He's like fucking good. Andrew's like, no, I'm not watching Contender Series, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you bet him. Danny, yeah. He's making a run, bro. I would bet, I would not bet him. Pick him against a lot of top people right now.
I gotta see this. Someone DM me a picture of that on Twitter. I gotta see that. Oh my god.
The fight, he fought in Anaheim. I missed the fight because I was in fucking LA liberal traffic for fucking 1 hour and a half. I missed the fight, but I watched him after that at the hotel. He gave him a fucking beating. Like, he's so good. What did he say? Are you betting him? I have the under. Because I parlayed every under.
Any questions, guys? Leave it in the chat. We've got a little bit of time here.
I mean, Barlow is at welterweight, right? Oh, yeah. It makes sense. Yeah. I read it wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, we forgive you. I know English is not...
He beats Leon Edwards right now.
Ooh, tomorrow. That's a take.
Tomorrow. Like, what's Leon Edwards going to do to this man? It's a close fight.
Yeah, I mean, Edwards fights anyone close.
Make Danny Barlow versus Usman tomorrow.
That's a different story.
He will be sleeping fast. He will be sleeping fast. He just sleeps and counters so good. Like, he's legit fucking good. Yeah, Alcaraz is going to probably rape Zverev. That was sad today. I cannot believe this guy got sick, bro. Disgusting.
Panthers, I think. That's a interesting matchup. I'm
serious. Make Danny Barlow versus Shavkat. See what happens.
That's an interesting fight.
Shavkat is my boy. That's a close fight. I'm telling you. Shavkat is crazy because he's going to win like 25 fights in a row with his chin on the air, like Golovkin, and then he's going to lose by knockout 4 times in a row and retire. But until then, he's going to win 25 fights in a row, all by finish or something like that. He's built different. Of course, he would beat Belal. I mean, it's a disgrace. Belal is getting a title shot. For what? For beating Wonderboy? And Barnes with one arm? Everybody pretends that Belal beat the whole division or something. I don't get it. I mean, I like John Anik, but they are friends and he's hyping Belal all the time until he got the title shot. I don't think Belal did all these great things, honestly. Also, he's boring as fuck.
He's never beaten Danny Barlow, that's for sure. We know that for certain.
Don't you think Danny Barlow would beat Belal Muhammad like tomorrow?
I don't.
Yeah, you don't know fighting.
Okay.
What is
There
Belal
you
going
go.
to do to him? He
Take
cannot
him
take him
down.
down. No, he cannot.
Says who?
Me, I mean.
Okay. Who do you think who would you favor against Danny Barlow in the division?
I don't know really because I mean, in all seriousness, I have to watch him against someone of the top guys, but the eye test tells me that this is a top 10 fighter in the division already. I think. I mean, Shafkat is probably the best welterweight in the world right now. Like, you cannot make him the underdog against anyone, I feel. This is the guy, Paul Kimball. He's black. I had no idea he was black. I have the under. The other guy is blacker. I wiki cap this. The pool of the weekend. I bet Genrich. Come on. This guy Genrich or Lewis. I bet Genrich. I tweeted it. Andrew bet Genrich too. I'm going to steal inside information from Andrew's Patreon. He bet Genrich for everybody's knowledge.
I haven't.
Did you track that?
No, I don't track anything besides UFC money lines.
Why are you scared? What are you scared of?
Widely available UFC money lines.
I tracked. I don't know, Octagon, KSB, everything.
Yeah, because I'm not a dirtbag. That's why.
But I retract only the lines that are available.
You're a good guy.
We should have bet like $1 million on the Aitana Alvarez fight in Octagon or KSB. KSB. It's remember the girls fight from Spain that I told you we should bet $1 million on this.
I think it was Octagon.
No, it's KSB. No, yeah, it's Octagon. She fought in KSB before. You are right. Oh, Andrew, European Cinco Odiseur Andrew Gombas.
We've got some good news from our sponsor here. I want to read this. SXBet is doing a giveaway. Comment your SXBet username. They're going to give away $500 in credits there. The link is in the description. SX.bet. They're going to comment your username, peer-to-peer exchange. They're going to give away money. So be silly not to. Sign up today. Shout out to SXBet for sponsoring the podcast once again. Magic, any other thoughts before we head out? What did you score the Islam Dustin fight? I thought it was 4-0. It could have been 3-1, but 2-2 was kind of crazy to me.
I thought it was 3-1. Maybe I don't remember well. Maybe the second for Dustin. I don't know, but it could have been 4-0. I mean, people that have it 2-2 are just, how do you say this in English? Like virtue signalers. Like everybody is, Dustin Poirier, such a warrior, this and that. He's fought 2 guys with the staff, got raped in both fights, landed a right hook, and then lost by submission. Like, did you see his tweet the other day? Like he gets, okay, let's be real here, okay? Because the UFC sells something that is not real, and everybody's confused. This guy absolutely didn't deserve a title shot, a third title shot. He just won 1 fight. Like you look at his record, it's wild. He's like 2-2 last 4 in 2 are title shots or something like that. He gets the fight. Nobody wants to see it. Islam is minus 700 or whatever he was. I mean, he closed minus 400, I think. Clearly loses the fight. Islam is clearly sick with the stuff or whatever that was. Gets finished and everybody's like, oh, Dustin Poirier, the ultimate warrior, this and that. He tweets that, oh, I got my nose broken, my rib hurts, and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, whoa, he's the greatest to ever do it. Everybody's sore after a fight. He's a failure. He lost 3 title shots, okay? And he didn't deserve the title shot. I'm not saying he's a failure as a fighter, but it's wild how people change the reality. He's going to get another title shot. I'm telling you right now. He's going to get another title shot. Yeah, because nobody in America knows who Rafael Fiziev is. You know what I mean? And nobody wants to see Gamrot shoot 25 single legs. I want to, but people don't want to. People want to see the pride of Lafayette lose a 4th title shot. I'm telling you, we are going to get some bullshit like, I don't know, Arman Tsarukyan versus Dustin Poirier, 4th title shot in 2026. Bad blood at American top team, and they are going to sell the fight. after Dustin Poirier gets a win against, I don't know, Michael Chandler rematch. I'm telling you, he's getting another title shot. You want to bet on this? I'll bet you something on this.
Sure.
He's not retiring. How is he going to retire? He doesn't know nothing else than fighting. He cannot even form sentences. Come on. Did you see like the media and all that? It's crazy. The guy is socially null. It's crazy. I hope he doesn't stop fighting. He's going to prison or something. He's going to assault someone. He was in prison already, I think.
See that happening.
I think he was in prison, right? And then reformed or something.
I don't know.
Dustin Poirier. I think he was, yeah. Fake nice guy Dustin. And that's my hate speech on Dustin Poirier for the day. No, he's not retiring. I mean, he has 2 big payouts waiting. Conor McGregor, Justin Gaethje rematch. He's not retiring. He's getting paid now. He wasn't getting paid fighting Diego Ferreira. Come on. If he retires now, he may actually be very, very, very dumb. He's not that. I mean, Conor is washed too. They can have a washed people fight and sell 1 million pay-per-views. And America's champion Michael Chandler is inevitably going to walk into a left hand. I mean, that's happening, people.
Dude, Chandler should have beat Poirier in that. I had nothing on that fight, and I was like, "Oh wow, Chandler looks like."
I bet Chandler, and I felt like suiciding after the fight.
I was at that fight.
He could have just wrestled the guy so easily.
Oh yeah, he was
so easily. But America's champion would never do that. He gets into the fire. He gives people a show, and he loses consistently. I have already seen Chandler versus McGregor in my head, bro. Don't you see every time Chandler strikes, like he's like loading his strikes mid combination? Every time he strikes, there is like an impasse. It's like boom, boom, takes another step, takes another step, takes another step. It's like a video game. He's 100% walking into a left hand. McGregor versus Makhachev is going to be a crazy build-up.
The way Makhachev looked against Poirier, I'm not really sure how. I thought.
McGregor may get the belt. Nah, he was sick with the stuff. I know he had the stuff from a good source.
Is the source him?
Is that Makhachev?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, brother, I got stuff. This under is not going to hit either. This is not being a great strategy. Maybe I'll go to watch Max Holloway's funeral. I mean, what better day for me to visit Vegas than Mexican's Pride Day?
Before we leave, would you like me to highlight the comments of an upset Dustin Poirier fan?
I haven't read it.
Every single fighter that Dustin lost to for the belt would have smoked Conor. Why does Colby duck every single top 10 fight offered to him? It's okay, bro.
What does that have to do with anything I said?
He had a good career. We're just teasing.
I mean,
anything else, guys, before we head out?
Which was Dustin's first title shot?
He hit the interim belt, and then he fought Khabib, right?
Yeah, but he has lost 3 now.
Khabib, Charles, and
yeah, Charles.
I was at that fight too. See, I was at that fight.
I mean, Sean 429. I have nothing against Dustin Poirier. I'm just a talker of the truth. 3 title fights. He didn't deserve 2 of them. Submitted in all 3 fights. I mean, the facts are those. Those are the facts. Like the meme. Those are the facts. He got choked in 3 title shots, and if he gets a 4th, he's going to set an untouchable record, getting tapped 4 times in 4 title shots.
I'm trying to think who it would be the 4th time.
I don't know. McGregor may just guillotine him.
He went for it the last time.
He had it. He used the fence to get out of it. Could you imagine if he had tapped Dustin Poirier with a guillotine? Bro, that was in. I'm not joking. Like, that was in.
No, I know.
He used like his feet on the fence to go over. He was in deep shit.
He tried his own move. He tried to hit Dustin with his own move. Dustin didn't try the guillotine at all against Makhachev. I was surprised. I thought he was gonna.
He looked so cooked. I mean, Makhachev looked horrible, and at the same time, he looked so cooked, Dustin. You know what I mean? He looked slow on the feet. Like the combination. Yeah. in the Charles fight, he was primed. He looked good on the feet. There was fluidity and all that. He choked as usual. He choked, but he didn't look like that this last fight. He looks old, honestly. I mean, what is he? 35?
Something like that. Yeah.
He's been in a lot of wars. It's over for fake nice guy Dustin. It's over. It's never been more over than it is now. Never touching the belt.
On that note, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another episode. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment your SXBet username. They're literally going to give away free money. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Magic. We'll talk to you next week.